The reason for this protest is because there are people being unlawfully confined against their will in this Calgary Airport Westin here. And the reason why we have a problem with that is because nobody should be forced to be imprisoned.
We are already living in communism, socialism. It's not coming. I believe it's already here. We are seeing it with our eyes, and that's a scary thing.
Who's to blame? Why? Who's to blame for this?
That is a good question. I would like to say right to the top. I'd like to say Justin Trudeau is to blame for all of this.
Keean Bexte for Rebel News, standing in front of the Westin Hotel yet again, but this time I'm here because a massive protest has begun gathering outside of one of Justin Trudeau's COVID jails. I actually can't believe this organic protest developed overnight, and it's 1 p.m. here right now and people are still showing up, furious with Justin Trudeau for allowing G4S and other security contractors to legally abduct Canadians at airports, specifically this one here in Calgary, but at 3 others across this country in Vancouver, Toronto, and Montreal. He's sending them to dozens of COVID jails that he has set up. It is absolutely unconstitutional. It is a violation of so many charter rights. Charter right violations are flying around here more frequently than airplanes are these days because Justin Trudeau doesn't really know what he's doing. He's flying by the seat of his pants to distract from the fact that his vaccine procurement program has failed completely. I'm going to speak to the people here who are rallying in support of the folks who are pressed up against the glass windows of this hotel, wondering when they are going to be released by their Prime Minister.
The reason for this protest is because there are people being unlawfully confined against their will in this Calgary Airport Westin here. And the reason why we have a problem with that is because nobody should be forced to be imprisoned, especially when they don't want to and they have safe places to go. Now, we do realize there are people here that want to be here as well, who are choosing to quarantine here, but our issue is with those who aren't choosing to quarantine here and who are being forced to.
Honestly, I'm fighting for freedom because at this point my kids have no future here at all. What's going on is completely illegal and I think it's wrong. And I thought Canada was the land of the free. That doesn't exist anymore, right? So freedom, it's not something I'm willing to give up.
Well, freedom, of course. I grew up under communist dictatorship, and that's exactly where the tactics of the Soviets. 5 a.m, they would break the door, they would come to your house, they would detain you. No justice, no law, no order, no rights whatsoever. I think it's a repetition of history. That's what I see, and it scares me. I got 3 kids here, and I'm worried about their future.
I'm here to support the movement for freedom because people are being illegally quarantined against their rights.
I can't believe what's going on in this country right now. And I'm just here to voice my opinion.
We believe that there is all sorts of freedoms that are being taken hostage in Canada, and pretty well all Section 2 are all under threat now. Freedom of thought, belief, opinion, conscience, religion, freedom of expression, freedom of media, other forms of communication.
We are here today specifically for the unlawful detainment of people coming in from flights out of Canada that are being unlawfully detained in this hotel here. I think it's insane. And for people that have been talking about this happening in the future, now it's here, it's happening. So it's time to do something about it.
I'm here for freedom. This is crazy that we're having to, in Canada, come out and say this is not right, that Canadians are being illegally detained. I'm beyond words. I can't even believe that they're still here.
What do you make of Justin Trudeau using basically mercenaries to take the citizens, right? It's not even police forces that are willing to do this. Justin Trudeau is using G4S and Paladin. What do you make of that?
Yeah, those people themselves should be ashamed of themselves for what they're doing. And as we learned from the Nuremberg trials, nobody is immune from the harm that they put onto another human being, no matter what, whether they're being told to by any service corporation in the world or their boss or their mom or their dad. It doesn't change the fact that they are putting harm onto another human being.
Now we see for the first time Section 7 being violated. Section 7 says that we all have habeas corpus rights, not to be detained against our will before we have an opportunity to stand before a judge. None of these people have had the opportunity to stand before a judge.
We are already living in communism and socialism. It's not coming. I believe it's already here. We are seeing it with our eyes, and that's a scary thing. I don't think Canadians fully understand what communism and socialism actually is. Well, I do, because I grew up in hell under the Soviets behind the Iron Curtain, and the Iron Curtain is right here.
Who's to blame? Why? Who's to blame for this?
That is a good question. I would like to say right to the top. I'd like to say Justin Trudeau is to blame for all of this.
What do you want to tell the people that are locked up in that building right behind us? They'll watch this, I'm sure.
You know what? I think that you should get up and walk out those doors. You have every right to do so. We're here for you. We'll always be here for you.
And what would you tell Justin Trudeau? He's going to watch this video, I'm sure, or at least his staff will. What would you say to him?
Justin, you've betrayed us. You're our Prime Minister. You're supposed to protect our interests, not globalist interests. You're supposed to protect Canadians' freedoms and rights. Your party, the Liberal Party, was founded upon the principles of freedom and democracy. So why are you siding with the Chinese communists now?
What would you tell Justin Trudeau if he watches this?
Well, Justin Trudeau is a wannabe dictator. He is fascinated with those types of people. I would say one day, sooner or later, you're going to be judged for breaking the law, for human rights violations. I mean, sooner or later, justice will catch up with you. I say stop now while you can.
Following orders isn't an excuse.
Not an excuse at all whatsoever, no.
Would you call this a jail?
This is a jail.
Now, even if you're not returning to Canada, but you want to help these folks who are stuck in Justin Trudeau's minimum security jails across the country, go to nocovidjails.com. There you can see all of our coverage and help out if you can. Thanks so much for tuning into our coverage here at Rebel News. Like I said, please go to nocovidjails.com to check out all of our coverage and help out if you can. We are doing everything that we can to help the people that Justin Trudeau has unlawfully, in my opinion, detained. Please go to nocovidjails.com to check it out.